Greetings and salutation. Welcome everybody to the 183rd episode of Twisted Strands. Woo! Anyway, sorry. I hope you didn't have earplugs in when I did that. No beer tonight. That's for later. Don't want to get lipstick all over it. Anyway, my name is JD, or you can call me Jeannie. Welcome to my little podcast. I haven't recorded in a while, and that's because reasons. And if you've been watching for any amount of time, you know that my mom passed away exactly a year ago, but this morning, not. Anyway, yeah, so it's been a rough year, and try as I might, I still haven't quite gotten my head out of my ass. So sometimes I don't record, or sometimes I make a really bad episode, or I've been missing the beat a lot, and I'm trying to get back in shape, I guess. Not physical shape, because that ain't gonna happen anytime soon. I might start working on that, but yeah. Anyway, sorry, was that shocking? Did I shock you with my arm flail? My little chicken wings? Anyway. And most people would stop recording and start over, but I'm not gonna do it because that's just who I am. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I'm doing the podcast today mostly because it's Friday. I've made the time for you today because I care about you, and I know a bunch of you care about me, and I'm always so thankful for you as a whole. Thank you so much. I've been feeling a lot of support, and I appreciate that. So because Mom was so proud of me for taking this thing on, excuse me, and yeah, she was very proud that I had a podcast, and because I like talking to you, and I just wanted to get back into the swing of things. So it's a Friday night. I put the makeup on, haven't brushed my hair. The hair is a work in progress. I'm getting it dyed tomorrow. Again. So anyway, yes, the hair is a hot mess. It is hot, and wow, welcome to summer. Summer has finally officially begun. Isn't that cool? Sorta. I only like summer when I'm sitting on a beach knitting. I don't take a blanket to the beach. Stop looking at me like that. Blankets are hard to carry around. I usually take socks. Or dishcloths. Dishcloths would be fun. But anyway, what we're gonna do today, whips, because that's all I've got. And that includes Swatch-tastic. Yes, I've got a swatch for you. It's not a completed, bound off swatch, but I've got one to show you. Sorry about that. I had to go and get a drinky poo. So anyway, there we go. Got something to say about a movie I saw. And I wanted to ask your opinion of something I'm thinking of doing. So anyway, let's get on to my works in progress now. Oh, here he is. This might be the guy that's irritating my allergies right now. It is a lavender sachet. I finished his body, and where's his little arm that I started? It's gotta be right here. Clean up the desk, messy up the desk. Such is my life. I'm gonna make it a little longer. This is his little arm. So I figure I just need a little more length. Maybe not. Yeah, a little more length. Make it go down to his butt. This has got to be sealed away from me. Oh. Cannot handle scents. Nothing on my face is scented. Whew. So this is my whip. And then I've got, and everybody else is done with theirs, so I'm going to motor on this one. This is my lacy Bactus, and yes, I've started the decreases. So pretty much I was right about here when I last had the pleasure to speak to you. And yes, I do love how this yarn is acting when knit into a triangular shawl. FYI, it is, I even have the tag here. It's a miracle. It's Madeline Tosh Light, and it's 10K for MSF. I'm not sure how limited this is, but it's a really good color and really pleasant to knit with yarn. Wow, I needed that. Ugh. Frog in the throat. I'm sure you understand. And my only whip, other than the swatch, is my doily. I am working away. I was working on this yesterday, I believe, and it's coming out beautifully. I'm very happy with this pattern. Of course, it looks silly because it's on 3 DPNs, but there's a certain cadence to having it on 3 DPNs and 3 stitch markers, so the rows are pretty complex at this point, but it's just so pretty. And it's called Lacy Petals, and it's by Rita Weiss. Oh, the adipose is my own pattern. I'm just kind of making it up. But this one is knit with DMC size 10 cotton. Let me put it over my face so it thinks it's my face. And yeah, I'm really happy with the Lacy Petals on size 1 needles. Don't be scared to knit on tiny needles. I swear it's not any different than working with bigger yarns and needles. Let me tell you about the Bactus, since I keep on forgetting to tell you about it. It is by Terry Montonen. Hope I got that right. She based it on Strict Lease pattern, and she modified it slightly, so she wanted to give, yes, I'm looking at my notes, she modified it from Strictly pattern, so Terry wanted to give, would you like to see my notes? This is a hot mess right here. I just want to show you this. That's my I encourage myself to write in cursive, because I hear they don't teach it in schools, and that's just bullshit. So anyway, those are my whips. This is sort of a whips. This is welcome to the first ever session of Swatchtastic, by the way. I think that's what I'm going to call it. And this is called Soft Curves. I found it in one of the many stitch libraries in Simply Knitting. God, it's hot. I should have turned on the AC. But if you think this fan is loud, the AC is really loud. And it's called Soft Curves, and I think it's really working up nicely. It might stretch out to be a little bit bigger once it's off the needles, but it's really not that difficult. And it's a fun pattern to work with. Again, it's Soft Curves. I don't think it's written by anybody. Yeah, it's not written by anybody. And to cover up the pattern, but it's the one in the middle right there. Yeah, that's better. But anyway, that's what my first swatch is for Swatch-tastic. Yay! I know, anticlimactic, I know, sorry. It'll improve. Just like us, we'll improve with time. So anyway, there's that. It's Barocco Comfort worsted. And I find it a bit splitty, but oh, and I'm working it on size 7 needles. So I'm trying to make up for stitch count and size. I want it to be a specific size. So there we go. That's what that's about. That's the end of the whips. Haven't been spinning, despite having a beautiful new wheel to play with. I'm so attractive, aren't I? So anyway, let's go on to stuff and junk, shall we? Now, I did watch this awful movie. I was just curious. When I was younger, I read up on this dude named Tucker Max. He's basically just a real pig of a person. He's unkind to the max, to women and people who he thinks are out of his league. So, but I was curious about the movie. I couldn't fathom why they'd make a movie out of a book that he wrote. So I watched it, and it was really bad. It was one of those buddy movies. You know, they decided to try something new and wild because reason, and they do the new wild thing, they get into all sorts of trouble. I know I'm ruining it for you, I'm sorry. And then everybody gets pissed off at the Tucker Max guy, and then somehow, even though he's messed up his life beyond repair, they forgive him in the end. So there you go. But a movie. It's about a movie, and you can do a lot better. It's a little worse than Superbad, but I hated Superbad too. So I'm gonna give this thing, well, 1 scheme. Remember the rating system? I know I haven't used it in a while. Or is it just because I haven't spoken to you in a while? Sorry. But 1 scheme, because, just bad. But this week's movie that I'm going to watch and try and knit on my backtus and stuff is The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death. Now, if you remember, I actually watched the movie on the big screen, and I loved it. But then I read the book, and I hated the book. The book was boring, blah. So I would say the movie was way better. My little pet was not facing me. There we go, he's better now. So anyway, there was no sequel to the book, thank goodness. But I'm really curious to see what it says. It's evacuated from London to a long, deserted country estate during World War II. A group of orphans and their teacher think they've found refuge. Soon, however, the youngsters' odd behavior reveals a force even more evil than what they were fleeing. So that's the description. And yay, movie. Now, I almost forgot to mention that I did see another film, and it was awesome. I watched Spy with my friend Cindy, and yeah, neither of us go out to the movies as often as we'd like, so we went to go see Melissa McCarthy and Jude Law and some other people be spies in Spy, and I gotta tell you, it was really good and funny. There was one gross moment where she throws up, and that was pretty gross and graphic and ill, but it was really so good. I highly recommend it. Even if you can't get out to the movies, try catching it on demand or something like that, because it was worth our time. It was fun. Got to eat popcorn, butter on it. Yeah, I haven't been on a diet in a while. Can you tell? Of course you can. Let's see what it's. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so that's about it. I do want to ask. Now, I'm not asking for free work or free drawings, but if you want to help me out, I'm trying to figure out, even draw myself, I don't know, a new logo for the podcast, Twisted Strands. So, you all know me. If you have any ideas, like, off the top of your head or something, no rush, no contest. But, yeah, I'd like to hear what you have to say about a new logo for the podcast. I love the one that I have, but I'm kind of feeling like a change needs to take place, so. There's music playing in the background and it's terribly distracting. Anyway, that's it for now. If you can help me with a new logo, that'd be great. If you really want to help me, I'd appreciate it if you joined our group on Ravelry. We've been kind of thin on participation because I haven't been well, but I'd love it if you joined us. Maybe kick up a conversation. Feel free to start a thread, no matter what. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'd love it if you subscribed on YouTube. The button is below. It's big, it's red. It'll show you that I only have like 200 and some odd subscribers. So this would be awesome if you could subscribe. And that's about it. You can look me up using the information at the end of the podcast. And again, let me just thank you so much for sticking with me, and I appreciate all of my viewers, from the young to the old, from the new to the watching me from the first episode. Wow, that was a long time ago. That was Christmas of something. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Let me leave you with my favorite parting thought. Whenever you're doing crafts, making things with your hands, from the simple to the sublime, you're making the world a more beautiful place, and for that, me and my mom thank you. Have a good week. See you in a week.